Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and welcome finally to the Fenix Sim Airbus A320. Yes, finally out. Probably the aircraft we've all been most hyped for in the last couple of weeks. And, well, I mean, we've all seen the preview videos, we've all seen the people streaming it. It honestly looks like one of the best aircraft in the sim right now. So, today's flight in easyJet colours on the trip from London Luton to Berlin Brandenburg. Flight time 1 hour and 50 minutes or so. And yeah, like I say, very excited to finally give this a flight. I've seen all the preview videos, I've seen all the YouTube stuff, all the Twitch streams, Chewy and all that, showcasing the aircraft using Sim Pilot. Honestly, I'm in love with it. And yes, going to take a flight today. So, jump cockpit, set the aircraft up, go through the procedures in terms of getting the aircraft going. I mean, fortunately, we know the A320 Neo fairly well, so it's pretty much the same process as getting the aircraft going. And yes, touch wood, should be a pretty successful first flight. Welcome to the chat. First things first, over to the panel. Batteries come on. Some of the power comes on. I'll slowly bring all systems to life. Thank you very much. System 1, set all 3 switches to nav. Going to automatic. Nav lights come on, and cruise supply comes on. RD emergency lights. Also, the system going through their self-test, which is pretty good. HF1 set up the radios. Fuel has not yet, need to get the aircraft fueled up. Otherwise, that's all looking good. Thank you very much. So this comes to life. First thing we'll do is we'll go over to the FMGC and get the RS aligned. That'll take a few minutes to get going. So, visualization going from Echo Golf Golf Whiskey to Echo Delta Delta Bravo. That goes in there. Flight number today is Easy13 Alpha Papa. Now we're going to there. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Aircraft position valid. That's on LTRS. Your line on reference and confirm. So I'll start to align. That'll take a few minutes. While we wait, jump over to the tablet. Let's import our flight from the sim brief. Should be the case for looking at that. That's fine. Dismiss that. So there we go. Easy13 Alpha Papa, Luton to Berlin. Time of departure. We're going to push that back now by about 30 minutes. So it's going to be 19:30 Zulu. Date 7 time departure. Estimate our arrival just past 10 PM, which is fine. No to report every that's all good. Can also look at the other info. So we've got meet out of Luton, Berlin, and Copenhagen, which is our alternative. And we've got our routing as well, all visible for us to enjoy. Ground service are in position, that's all fine. Head over to the mass and balance. Our passenger count is 153. Planned cargo 6327 and planned cargo 7547. So we'll load the aircraft. We'll do it in fast time because we don't have all day. Then you start flights, get packets do the same. So Luton to Berlin, 2103, 37,000 cruise, 1 hour and 20 on the clock. Departure in approximately 21 minutes. A320, 150 passengers, no Wi-Fi, no entertainment. We have got boarding music for easyJet. So we don't. So only safety brief for easyJet. There's no boarding music. Yes, snacks, no to meals, customs not required, flight does not continue. Passengers, you may now start. So now it's loading the airplane, that's looking good. And that should continue its own accord. We'll go through the departure performance also later on. Have got Navigraph up and running, so we can also import our Navigraph charts and flight plan into this if we need to. I'll locally stick just to external talk because I just prefer using it this way. But yeah, that's import flight plan sim brief, and now just throw everything into the aircraft for us. Luton, routing, Berlin, and alternative Copenhagen and Kastrup. Cool, that down to the FNS. Let us go through the aircraft setup. So the easyJet Costa next, they use 9 for the Airbus A320. Cruising altitude, flight level 370. Head over to the next page. Our zero fuel weight is going to be in the aircraft 59.74. And our centre of gravity should be around 22.8 today. Block fuel on board 7.5. Perfect. We're going to head over to the flight plan. with our routing, starting our first waypoint at match. So make sure we shoot to 128 for Unicorn. There's no AT at the moment at Luton. I have put a thing down to see if we can get an AT later on, but we'll wait and see if they arrive or not. Starting at match. One thing I absolutely adore about this aeroplane is that it uses the same custom database for the Airways and AirAx, so basically it's pretty much just instant input into the aircraft. Like the PMDG and the MD80, it's not longer bound to the default SIM database, and therefore it's much quicker to get loading. Mike 197 to Redfart, Lima 620 to catch up. Then it's directed to Bartel, so insert that. BATEL, Bartel. It's going to be 3. It's Tango 207 to Ogba. And that's the end of our flight plan. So insert that. Clear the discontinuities midway through the flights. Insert that. Greet the passengers and then go through our departure prep. Good evening there, gentlemen. We'll board easyJet flights 2103 from London Luton to Berlin Brandenburg. Flight time today, around 20 minutes, just an improvisation for the aircraft that should hopefully be airborne in the next 20 minutes or so. We thank you for using easyJet. We hope you enjoyed flights on board today. Got some clouds on departure, with some potential spells of rain later on. Berlin should be a little bit clearer and a little bit warmer on our arrival. Any questions, feel free to speak to the cabin crew on board. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy a flight with easyJet today. Thank you very much. So now packets to process the message. I go to address general. Go to the cabin for it. Yeah, the cabin, again, the cabin, the modelling, just everything about the aeroplane's visual aspect is honestly superb. Can't really fault much about this. Can't really fault much about it. It just looks really, really good. The aircraft is, so you see it stapling up. You've got a cabin map on here as well, showing it all fill up. 3x3 seating. I believe this uses a, yeah, so you've got a business class setup as well. So this is using more of an American layout. We have got the named passenger board as well. So this is all aircraft built-in passenger stats. Of course, we're going to use Pack X as the main go-to for us. But again, I quite like that. So you've got your passenger names, you've got the seats, you've got the class they're in, you've got their status, so they're, well, the type of passengers they are. And also the chauffeur as well. So for example, this means that they are a, so I don't know what that means. I presume that means they're of the overwing exits. 2020, 20, no they don't. It means something. I must admit, don't quite know what it means yet, but again, the more we fly the aircraft, as we slowly get to learn it, things will start to come to us as we fly. So that's all fine. 20 gravity is a little bit further back actually, it's now at 27. So let me adjust that on the visualization. 59.7, 27.4. I should adjust it a little bit nicer. Right, flag planked in. Let's go over to the ATIS and listen to the meter for the aeroplane. Well, meter for Luton at least. We've got ATC, thank you very much. Oh, pilot bot down. Okay. No meter today. How many pilot bots? Sorry, avbots. Last worked on the 16th. It's been down for a couple of days. That's a shame. Cool. Okay, sorry, no ATIS today. That's slightly annoying. Not the end of the world though. Right, we'll contact Luton now. So contact Luton on 132.555. So stand 3, type A320. Yeah, sure, I'm trying to recall. Good evening, Luton Tower. This is Easy 13 Alpha Papa Stand 3 Type A320 with information. Charlie, requesting clearance to Berlin.
Hello, Easy 13 Alpha Papa, you're cleared Berlin. Match 3 Bravo departure, runway 25 for 3347.
Is it 340 3347? Easy 13 Alpha Papa is cleared to Berlin. This will be the match 3 Bravo departure, runway 25, and was that squawk 3340 or 3347?
3347.
One more time, sorry.
3347.
Squawking 3347, Easy 13 Alpha Papa. Thank you very much.
We got there.
Right, clear that. 3347. Head over to our departure index. Runway 25, the match 3 Bravo. So that's US primary music airfield so connected, very good. And that's looking good, perfect. So flight plans in the inputs, that's perfect. Let's need to have this performance and sort out our departure. So in terms of our METAR today, the information Charlie active, which means we are. I got the METAR, I just can get the ATIS voice to work. And I got this to work. I just use Discord for the actual voiceover lady. But yeah, so at the moment we're looking at 20 12 knots, gusting 22 knot wind, so quite windy in the UK. Brewing capacity has 600, overcast 3400, 15 centigrade, 2.10. What's connection 1016, and then the runway 25 is active. Recording complete, thank you very much. Okay, all the ground services while we're at it, so. Good to go, right. Batteries can come, sorry, fuel pumps come on. APU shall start. Make sure that seatbelt sign no smoking is on. Again, all little details are that seatbelt sign, no smoking signs are actually dynamic in the aircraft. You see seatbelts on, no smoking on. Turn off the seatbelt sign. Seatbelt signs, turn off. So this is all dynamic in the aircraft. Go to the passenger seat. You actually sit down in the place of the passenger. There you go. Got your fan, your air vents. You got your lighting and your cool bell. You got your so you got fans, lights and switch, cool bell, and then no smoking signs. So it's all dynamic in the aircraft, and it's all very well put together. This right, so that's done. Over to the tablet now. Let's take place by departure. So if we go back to the front page, go to departure performance. Echo Golf Whiskey, runway 25 for departure. Runway surface will be wet. Going to sync load sheet to the aircraft, you'll take off weight and maximum center of gravity will be loaded. Work mission, sync that from the METAR, and we're going to calculate our departure. So, 120, rotate 132, V2 135, flaps 1 for takeoff, flat surface fine, flex temp 61, thrust reduction 1510, 1510, engine out 1510. So, let's we'll plug in 120, 132, 135, flaps 1, that's okay, 1/-0. That should also have been thrown the correct format, not quite yet, that's fine. Flex temp is 61. That's our takeoff performance completed. We'll leave that open for our own reference as well. Everything should then go into automatic position, which is fine. Initial climb out of Luton, grab that on our charts. So this was on the Majesty Bravo. Initial climb is 5,000 feet. Yeah, need to climb on the other next flight, that's later. H1016, set and set. Flight directors are on and on. And at this point, as soon as the APU bleed is on, we tend to turn through systems. Style panel, or we can then kill. We are on the parking brake, which we are, so we can turn it off or get rid of the rest of the ground services. So G can go away, Cody jobs can go away. We are now independent of the ground. Right. At this point it's easy. 135 Papa is ready for push and start. Looking at the ground, here it stands. I'll put a screenshot of that because you know that's I'm flying this thing. Right. Easy 135 Papa, stand 3 is ready for push and start.
Easy 13 Alpha Papa, push and start approved, facing the south. The Luton QNH is 1016.
Easy 13 Alpha Papa is cleared for push and start facing south, and it's QNH 1016 at Luton. Cool, so we're going to make use of the default, well, the built-in pushback this time. In fact, before I do that, I know it does issue people saying with the pushback toolbar. I'm going to bring my old classic. I'm going to bring back pushback zoomer. I haven't used this in a little while, but still my favourite pushback tools. Pretty simple, but basically you just talk to it. So let's give it a go, shall we? Ooh, so you return to message. How do you respond to those? There we go. Atsu. IOC menu. Receive messages. It's literally about a flight. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Because I knew to Berlin. That's our accepts that. That's really good. I think it's better. The more I look into it, really, really good. Yes, it's also possible to open the windows. You just get it by moving the hatch. There we go. Click the slide. Move it forward. There you go. Go forward, aeroplane window. I'll just get away with doing that. Hang on. Why can I not come on, slide forward. Come on. Slide you back. Don't see the aeroplane now. Again, well, it's perfectly fine. Any tips on how to close the window? I'm sure you just click and drag it forward. Press the switch. I'm just going insane now, am I? Press the lever up. Okay, so push my lever back into the middle. See that? Yeah. Can't move it. Where's the clip spot gone? Below the window's a rocker kind of switch. That. There we go. Yeah, I'm just being serious. Like I say, stuff that works for me in testing, and when I go live, I'm just going to have a brain fart. I think the the first start caught me off guard slightly. There we go. Now click on that and push it forward. Cool. We're getting there. We're getting there. Right. Been here to push and start. So let's get ourselves going, shall we? Ground from flight deck. Request pushback.
Pushback request not possible as the state is not idle.
What's that type done in? Ground from flight deck. Request pushback.
Pushback request not possible as.
Let me restart you. Ground from flight deck. Request pushback.
Pushback request confirmed.
Ground from flight deck. Starts pushback. I should find the commands of this. It's been a while since I last used it. I've got a PDF somewhere with commands. I'm sure I still got that anywhere. Yeah, it should just be ground from flight deck. brakes released. Right, fair enough, okay. Default pushback it is, or built-in pushback at least. So let's get the connected, start the pushback, aircraft moves backwards, can increase the fine, brakes released. Let's get the engine start, shall we? Move to ignition, engine 2 starts. So I'm watching the exhaust temperature and the N2. Just gotta watch the position there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace.
It's Pushback Zoomer dead, is it, Dan? That's a shame. I've not used it in a while now, so it doesn't surprise me it doesn't work anymore. It is a good tool. That's one of my favourites for the pushback side of things. Stop the pushback. Button brake set. And tuck now be disconnected. Engine 2. Your temperature increases. Temperature available just about now. Perfect. Engine 1 can start. Once again, monitor the N2 and the source temperature should be just basically outside air temperature at the moment. As soon as the N2 hits around 24, fuel flow will start, and that will then kick the N1 to life. Temperature will increase. And all I'm doing is just monitoring the engine startup temperature, which doesn't get into the red zone. Remember the sensors to begin going. Luckily, the F-20 pretty well. Should be facing getting going. You're not wrong, Danny. You're not wrong. I eat my own words today. Leave that again for our own reference. So switching just scissors just switched over. That's a click there. There's the engines shortly become available. And perfect, engine 1 is available. Turn off the ignition. Hear the packs in the back there, increasing the volume. So the air conditioning's on, that's all fine. Either in our position mode or Windows currently systems. Right, so AP shutting down, run engine power, aircraft secure, packs are automatic in this aeroplane. We can activate the taxi light as soon as we press our taxi. Easy 13 Alpha Papa is ready to taxi.
Easy 13 Alpha Papa, taxi only point Alpha 1, runway 25, via Bravo and Alpha.
Taxi to holding point Alpha 1, runway 25, via Bravo and Alpha for Easy 13 Alpha Papa. Right, let's grab the taxi chance for Luton. This should be pretty simple. Get down to runway 25. We should probably make use of the backtrack on this one. Right, got it released. Thank you there very much to Diego there for the 690 there. The message. Do you like the A320 more than PMDG? It's a tough one, I must say. So we can go to the flight plan page.
Alpha Papa. Just a quick question, would you like the backtrack at Alpha 1?
AFM, Easy 13 Alpha Papa, we'd like the backtrack at runway 25 if possible.
Yeah, that's perfectly.
That's what it's down. Keep the rudders left and right. Cool, so flight controls all active. Lower the flaps into number 1 and take off position. Okay, there. Flaps up and let's taxi. Yeah, it's tough to say because again, I'm a big Boeing fan, as you guys know. I like my 737s more than anything else, but again, these aircraft releases, especially in the Airbus stuff recently, have been really good. And the Fenix, as I say, I've really enjoyed this one so far. And again, this is pretty much day one for its release. This came out last night, 50 quid, so again, not too expensive either, the price point. Just overall, really enjoying it so far. hopefully more for us to enjoy as we continue flying the aircraft. I use IVAO for ATC Ryanair 001. I use IVAO. So right now taxiing down at Bravo. We're going to make a left onto Alpha, hold at Alpha 1, press the backtrack, and then make our way out. My ground speed is here, 16 knots. That brakes to max. Arm the spoilers. The armrest, I guess. And take off config to test. Take off config normal. We are good to go. Attaching apps with the UK2000 Luton scenery. Which again, I don't mind it too much. UK2000, when it comes to Aerosoft flights, they're a bit hit and miss on their stuff. But their Luton release, actually, I'm a massive fan of. I mean, their stuff has been going on for years. UK2000 Gary, full credit to him, he's been a long time developer of flight sims since the days of FS 2002, I believe. And his stuff has always been really good. I will say, Luton, one of his better sceneries on Microsoft Flight Sim. Definitely worth picking up if you're flying to Luton frequently. Also, gets really regular updates as well. I updated I think about 2-3 weeks ago with more models and further optimizations.
If you want to Alpha Papa, will you be ready upon reaching?
AFM, Easy 13 Alpha Papa, we shall be ready on reaching.
If you want to Alpha Papa, Roger, upon reaching Alpha 1, backtrack runway 25 and line up on me.
On reaching Alpha 1, backtrack runway 25 and then line up and wait for Easy 13 Alpha Papa. Which we nick the CTSR switch and gives us the constraints on our way out. How much constraints marked. Just realised the turn taxi lights on, Drawyah. What he said you should do. Then it rolls back slightly as we get brakes to this right hand turn. Enter the runway and get ourselves into position. Strobes are set to automatic, so there's no, well, we'll mark one anyway, just so you know what. Right as well, we've got the clearance onto the runway, so those come online, and then we will activate the landing lights. Oh yes, also compass drops. Go away, compass. Cabin crew, please take your seats for departure. The engine's a little more throttle, we'll just get to the runway. Slight uphill climb this. The airport and runway itself at Luton's basically on the side of a cliff. Being a real flat bit of land in this area, they just stuck an airport onto. A quick spin around on the runway. Right, let's hold position, shall we? Easy 13 Alpha Papa, holding runway 25, ready to depart.
Easy 13 Alpha Papa, the service winds are 22 degrees at 12 knots, gusting 22 knots, so your wind is stay runway 25, you're close to takeoff.
We have takeoff runway 25, easy 13 Alpha Papa, thank you very much. Yeah, gusting 22 knot winds today, so that's a little bit of a low on takeoff. Right, 40. Engines 1-2 stable, so should that not be on? Yes, it should. Right. And protect 6-1. No, that's also runway apparently. Auto thrust sets. 80 knots. 100. V1. Rotates. Positive right. Gear up. Okay, on the directs crosshairs, just thank you. Little bit on the high side, so push nose down slightly, push to the right. throttles up, throttle reduced, flat start, throttle reduced to climb. Start banking left onto the, what's this said? Throttle reverses limited. There we go, find a sweet spot for that. Cool.
Easy,
To the
1
right.
3 Alpha Papa, my service is now terminated. You can once again on 122 decimal 8 and have a very nice flight to Berlin. See you later.
Over to the comment, 1-2 just meant for easy 1 3 Alpha Papa. Thank you very much for service. Take care and have a good evening. Bye bye.
Nice evening.
To back to the left. Definitely counting for the wind speeds there, Monkey of War. Added 15 to the takeoff reference. Wind speeds were accounted for, don't you worry. Back to the left. Let's crosshairs back in centre. Just like it. Actually flying out of Luton on Wednesday. Next up for me is Belgrade. What I will do is set the altitude to cruising 370. Leave on next flight mode. That should allow us to climb through 5,000 into further altitudes without any holding on SID. I was pretty much levelled off now. We're on the route. So we'll activate the autopilot. Set 7,000 feet. Reset the ground spoilers. Passing through 5,000. Yes, feature map please have the signs in the background. Cool. Apart
All
from that.
stations, Luton Towers going offline. You can watch the John 150.
Don't know sounds. Sounds aren't too bad, racing remag. I say from the cabin, the sound of from the cabin it sounds fantastic. The cockpit, maybe a bit too much synchronization of the engine there, too much harmonisation, but I flew an A320 last week, don't forget, flying with Lauda. This sounds just like the cabin of the A320. Is it worth £50? Yes. So what I've seen so far, 6,000 feet altimeter standard. What I've seen so far, this is absolutely superb, without a doubt. One of the more fun aircraft I've flown. It's nice to finally stream it on the channel, albeit with a slight technical difficulty at the start there, figuring out which tools need to be open or not. So again, thank you AppInTheAir for the tips. Yeah, sorry. They're not synced. I'm sure I can sync them in the tablets, but I actually need them separate, that's fine. 9,500. Should be passing through 10,000 feet. So we should get ready with the landing lights. And the compass. Cool, so passing through 10,000. Now a chance for us to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flights. Aircraft will dip most slightly as it picks up its speed, and then switch over to Mac mode, taking it back the indicated airspeed. Again, in terms of performance, honestly it's not too bad. I find it slightly better, it's about on par with 10-3% for me. Honestly, it doesn't run all that bad. A little bit stuttery in minor areas. Again, when you hit big sceneries, of course it loses a few frames, but apart from that, this is pretty smooth in pretty much every occasion I've taken it to so far. I mean, right now I'm flying just north of London. The London sceneries would have loaded in, they're just to our right hand side. And again, compared to the first MDG stream I had, fair enough, I have that on to automatic settings. This is definitely running a lot smoother, so fingers crossed it should work nicely for us. Oh yeah, so the sounds flashback, you're right, absolutely fantastic in this thing. Really enjoying it. Right, next stop for us, Berlin Brandenburg. Straight line path out, no real wind at this point, so you can turn off the seatbelt sign now. got passenger references from 2 points. You've got the pack passengers, 4 cabin crew on board today. Or, if you don't have any fancy passenger mods, then the Fenix does its own built-in load sheet as well. So if I go to the aircraft, go to the My Flights page, no it's not, sorry, mass and balance. And from here, you just say easy passengers, so 153 planned, 153 boarded. See where the empty seats are on the airplane. Again, I need to switch that from business to just all economy. And yeah, it just gives you all the stats and numbers for your flights. This is going to about 28% today, which again, it's not terrible. If we go over to Navigraph, we can bring up our routing and map on board. So there we go, leave the air in place. That's checking our routing off the Simbrief map directly, which again, really nicely done. Ground charts about if we want to, so you've got the different reference documents, ground charts, departures, arrivals and approaches. Same for our departure at Luton, which again probably should have gone through in the aircraft, but yeah, it's nice at least to see. Simbrief as well, so you can import all our data from Simbrief on top of Navigraph implementation. It's really in depth, this Fenix Sim tablet. Also, if you have an iPad itself, you can actually use it externally as well. Just have that separately on the side. Oh, does it tell you passenger stats when you close seats as well? Ooh, that's fancy. So if I were to click on you, there you go, Neil Sunshine. You're a blue passenger in economy class, nothing special about you. That's quite fancy. Not quite Pack X, but I can't fault that. There's your flight information. Read the VTAR from our departure arrivals if we need to as well. Can we change the source to so it defaults to VATSIM 80, that's fine, but there's no T at sorry, there's no Luton 80 on VATSIM right now, and therefore no 80 available, that's fine. We can live with that. So I don't mind getting an IVAO version of that as well, but in time. That's our routing, that's our progress bar. Also if you're on the map, so we've got a second map within the actual aircraft itself. It is good, this. Yes, so there will be a mix of Fenix and A320X. I mean, even in real life, there's use cases for A320 CEOs and A320 NEOs. If, for example, I fly NEO in real life, of course I use NEO in the sim. If I fly CEO in real life, I use a CEO in the sim. There are use cases for both setups, and I'm not going to say, now that we've got Fenix, am I going to abandon Flyboy? No, absolutely not. Flyboy, the 320X is an absolutely fantastic aircraft. Again, it's freeware, it's still going to be very popular. And it's an A320 NEO. What's not to love about that? Let's say, will there be more CEO in the sim on the channel? Probably, but we won't throw the A320X away. Like I say, it's a very good aircraft, and we'll definitely get some more enjoyment out of it in the future. Just for now, a bit more of a focus on the A320. That being said, if the A321 still works, then expect a premiere on Wednesday when I fly to Belgrade. So on Wednesday I'm flying an A321 with Wizz Air to Serbia. Flying to Belgrade, going to spending I can't remember, 1 or 2 nights in Serbia. But yeah, it's my next trip and back into East Europe. Oh yeah, sorry mates, I need to stick the tracking link on the channel. Let me do that for you now quickly. So if you want to track our flights, you can do so on the IVAO website, which is this link, this tool here. You can do so by going to this link now in the chats. So we'll Heathrow approach online. Very good. There's us. A320, 3 Alpha Papa, easyJet, London to Berlin, 320, 310 planned. Those are current stats. Oh yeah, we don't forget PMDG either. We'll definitely be we're not going to 737, don't you worry. I do need to try and fly the MD-80 and the BAE 146 at least one more time. Same as the Concorde. I need to fly Concorde again at some point to get at least a couple more flights with it. But yeah, there'll be more of a focus on the 737 and A320 CEO at this point on this channel. Is it worth buying? Yes, Austin. I'd say this aircraft definitely is worth picking up. Ooh, the sun's actually really beautiful outside today. Looks really good, really pleased with it. need to. I've just got an email from work. Give me a second. Around a bit. Hopefully on the flight mode. I wish. And then we can have it in flight mode if you want. Hang on. If I go to settings and boop, we're in flight mode. Again, no signal at high altitude, so nothing really connects to us either. Chance of daytime. You go to night mode we're going to. That's fine. So that's another graph. Same brief on that. Who's on sleep mode if I wanted to, but not. That reminds me, right, let me actually create an account on Hoppy Acars. Because I haven't done that yet. Right, my accounts, let me create accounts. How do you create an account? So this is Hoppy, I think. Systems, you'll see availability. Create a login request. Yes, this was the website. I'll register now. Again, it's not just this who uses it, a lot of aircraft use it, so let me just do that. What is man's best friend? Dog. Go to my emails. What's flight mode on EFB? Absolutely nothing, LGC. So again, it's just a little Easter egg the airplane has to basically. Yeah, I'll show you what it does. So you see this icon up here? It shows you no signal. You switch it to flight mode, and it changes to flight mode. That's all it does. It's just an Easter egg, a little detail to make it more realistic, I guess, but it's a small little detail I do really like. Also, one more thing to look at, the pilot briefing as well. Gives you a little like brief view trip as well, which is again pretty awesome. So we've got our some brief flight plan. Since our flight plan visible, got the weather briefing down as well, got our NOTAMs, got our documents. It is nice. Back to the cabin, so this is definitely a CEO cabin, it's got the more yellowy, older halogen lighting on board. Again, just getting the level of detail even with the cabin, it's just like, is this too much detail in the cabin? Don't worry, there's no such thing as too much detail, but just if you've got anything, you need to get yourself a pretty decent GPU to get it running at full spec. And even on my own setup, I have reduced the. So I'm using balanced display quality rather than running it at quality, and well, I'm storing the CPU. But even I've turned my stuff down just a tiny little bit, just to get this thing to run smooth. But honestly, it's brilliant. It really is. Yes, Kate did a lot of the EFD work to her. Fair play. I mean, she put a lot of work into aircraft. Remember, she was one of the real world pilots they went into for looks at for all the real life detailing and stats and numbers. She put a lot of work into aircraft, and yes, definitely credit where it's deserved. Katie did a fantastic job with this airplane. It really helps bring it to life, really. Right, so let's sim brief, right, Hoppy logon codes. Just that. No, okay, right. Next time we'll have Hoppy. Not this time, next time. Trip. And I enjoyed Poland. I definitely enjoyed Poland. It's nice to see my grandparents again after a couple of years away. Is the chat failed? No, it's not. Yeah, it's nice to see my grandparents again after a couple of years away. Last one to Poland was in March 2019. No, I remember later. I think it was actually later than 20. Last time I went to Poland was 2019, so I've missed my grandparents this side of the decade. So it was good to see them again. Yeah, that's it. It was nice. Nice. Thank you for asking. Film me on Instagram. You've seen a few stories and posts that went up on that trip. Nope, we're going to do that. What's it eat so much FPS, by the way? Is actually yes. Now, so 8K textures. That's more down to your GPU VRAM, your memory on boards. If you overload that, then of course you're going to out of memory. So try and reduce. There is settings to reduce down to 4K in the textures tool. Give that a go and just see how it goes, really. So passing through flight level 340, 34,000 feet, very nearly the top climb, just going up ahead. Top 10 already visible. Again, not the longest flight in the world to Berlin, so we'll be able to go through the approach in the next couple of minutes, really. And hopefully, too, we'll give the aircraft the proper landing as well at Berlin. Landing, I'm still getting a feel for. I must admit, getting a feel for the flare law in the A320 compared to the Flywire, this has a lot more feedback to it. So I'm not expecting landing to be perfect today. It's just a case of well, getting a feel for it, really. Absolutely global. It's getting better and better, Microsoft Flight Sim. When aircraft like this release, it shows the capability of the sim. It's not perfect yet. It's not there yet, Microsoft Flight Sim, but compared to its first release to now, I mean, the fact that we've got the Fenix 320, we've got the PMDG 737. For what it's worth, we've got the Leonardo MD-80, which is still a decent aircraft, albeit it's not right now for that price point. Just Flight's BA146, absolutely fantastic. This month the last month has been absolutely the best month in terms of the add-on release, especially in terms of aircraft. What we've seen recently is nothing short of phenomenal. Yes, they do clean the windshield. The rain does get cleaned on the windshield as well. Everyone in chat, when we land at Berlin, someone remind me to set the weather to rain, and I'll show you the wipers in action. The wipers actually work. They clear the windshield. So they've got their own shader-based rendering for the windows, the Fenix guys, and yes, it will clear raindrops on the windshield. Again, that's the level of detail went to this aeroplane, and it shows. Compared to the beauty and graphics of Flight Sim, it really, really, really comes out top. Honestly, this aircraft's... it's difficult to find issues with it. It's not perfect. For example, we had that niggly bit at the start with the again, the program running in the tablet and all that. But when you get it flying, when you get it going, it really is one of the nicest aircraft in Sim so far. Yep, so we'll see them. So yeah, if we just zoom into the window, see all the markings, all the little details you get with the windshield. I guess not too clear right now because it's perfect visibility in clear skies. But so when we land, we'll get a chance. There you go. Just about to see it on the right hand side there, a little windshield marking from the wipers. And yes, you're right, Jace. 50 quid. It's not even that expensive as an add-on. It really isn't. The price point's superb. Right, now got another 500 foot to go. Should be very shortly at cruising altitude. Is this most realistic plane flight sim? Probably, Paul. It's between this and the PMDG 7.3 for the most realistic. How do you get a free look like on PC? You just use Xbox controller for drone cam. That's what I use. How are you to find this? Oh, sorry, the first officer's disappeared. I hope he returns. Okay, they've got the PMDG route, but it's not quite super detailed for the cockpit. I guess A320 is still better in terms of how it looks externally. I wonder where the first officer went. That's, nowhere to the loo. Nowhere to the loo. I play on joystick Nitro, so I use the Thrustmaster Hotas Warthog, as visible here, and it's got the throttle for it as well. So I do fly on joystick. Frame rates, no issue with that, Paul. So right now we're at cruise. I'm getting, so yeah, I live nice in 30 FPS. We're hitting that 30 FPS limits. If I turn off the limiter, we'll get about, I get about 37 to 45. So we get high 30s, low 40s, which in an airplane like this really isn't too bad. Right, cruising altitude. Airborne for about 21 minutes. So far, so good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at our approach. I'm not sure how to do Helsinki, Munich, wherever that is, Nitro. Probably not, the more you spam it in chat. Right, I'm going to go through my approach procedure. So, expecting... Actually, first of all, is there ACE active right now? Oh, just missed London control. Oh, they're on for 3 minutes. We just left their airspace so well. We get some, we lose some. Berlin's currently inactive, that can always change. Current meter at Berlin shows winds at 8 knots 020, so that would make runway 25 the correct runway. 25 left on the other 25 left arrival. So plug that in terms of what we're anticipating. Either 25 left, upper 25 left. Insert that. Should we notice continuities? So all links into the upper waypoints. They go actually so continue from there. Yeah, that's fine. Right, head to attach up. Go to fix info. Going to leave a reference. To make sure the right reference as well. So I need to leave it at Foxtrot India Lima. So Foxtrot India 25 left. That's fine. So Foxtrot India 25 left. That would be so final. No. Okay, so we'll do it here. So Delta Bravo 25 left. Fix info. Echo Delta Bravo 25 left. So we're going to put a radius of so cruising altitude 369, 7, 14, 21, 111. That was correct. Radius 111. There you go. Watch we didn't do that there. Okay, Delta Bravo 25 left. So we've got a radius of 10 miles. And one more, Echo Delta Bravo 25 left. One more guideline at 4 miles. So we should have 3 cycles now. One close to our top of descent, one at 10 miles to approach, and one at 4 miles to approach. That could be an idea of where I need to be at different points of the flight. Just double check my maths for the first one. So yeah, 37 times 3 is, I'm sure it's 111. Double check that again. So 369, 7, 14, it's 21, 90, 100, yeah, 111. That's fine. So that's all set. As for our performance, next phase. So we go to the calculator, and let's get also all calculated. So, runway performance. That's Bravo, runway 25 left. Current conditions. So in terms of the weather, it's raining there. Showers and rain. Actually, a chance to play with the Vipers, I guess. We'll mark it down as medium. We'll refresh the meter, apply the meter to the aircraft. So KH1010, sensitive grades 0807 knots. Aircraft configuration. Landing weight, so estimated landing weight. Right, anyway, it'll be 63565. 63 point. 65. 5.6. There you go. That's all going good for us. Let's just be on. Idle throttles. Braking sets to low braking. Manual landing. Flaps will be full. Cool. So. Yeah, so we're estimating to land about 2,400 metres of runway, about half an hour runway at Berlin. Back to you. Grab the QNH, which is 1010. Temperature outside is 17 centigrade. A bit turbulent, so that's on 2 seconds. Winds 007. Transition altitude 5,000 feet, and then the minimums, the barometer. It's going to be 349. 4 flaps landing, so we're going to have a approach speed of 137 and land speed of 132. Perfect. So, that's our landing configured. Flying on IVAO, to P USA, flying on IVAO. Tampere started flying good routes finally, yes. I mean, I'm going to Tampere in July. July 1st I'm flying to Finland, although I decided to go via Oslo with Ryanair and Air Baltic to fly direct, because Ryanair only operates to Tampere on Saturday. I was going on Friday, so I'm gonna have to. Well, I have to go plan B basically, which is go with a change in Oslo. Not the end of the world. Means I get flying an A320 again, which is pretty fun at aircraft. But yeah, the plan is on the 1st of July flying to Tampere, and at some point I'll go from Tampere to Lappeenranta, and Lappeenranta back to Helsinki, Helsinki over to London Heathrow, flying an A350 with Finnair. So quite a lot of exciting stuff on the way. AOC received messages. We've now received easy operations. No zero quite fair enough. See, it's so nice. I like it. The only thing that makes it more fun if they've made it compatible with FlyWire messaging system, which I think that's what kind of hot PA cards is anyway. Alright, level 370. Plug that approach in. Everything looks good. Look at the progress page for everything else we need to know in terms of our flight. So it's landing at 70 slope targets in sim. 277 miles to go. Fuel on board will be 4 tons. Everything just looks pretty good so far. I live in Espoo, Finland. Very good. Yeah, mitä kuuluu? Shane, that looks like a microwave at the moment. Oh. Screenshot. Nice. Look at this. It's a 320 CEO and it's beautiful. And this is coming from a Boeing person. Microsoft Flight Sim, what have you done to me? What have you done to me? I've been flying the A320X for about a year now, pretty much non-stop. And now it's got me excited to fly another A320 basically. It's nice to have some more variety in the sim though, I will say. It's nice to break away from the FlightWire. It's a great aircraft. I'll be still using it to death without any shadow of a doubt. They've carried the sim pretty much on their backs since it released, but it is nice to see more variety on the way. So yeah, FlightWire, pat yourselves on the back. You've done fantastic. We're not abandoning you, don't you worry. This is nice. It's nice to see how things are cool. Nonin. I live in Tampere, very nice place, very good. Oscar will be the one to spot my landing, I guess, in July. So yeah, so July 1st, flying from Oslo Gardermoen to Tampere on board an Air Baltic A320-300. I've run out of water on this bottle. Oh yeah, the EFB is fantastic, Paul. I know PMDG are in the final stages of implementing their own EFB to the 737, so I'll get that to look at soon. But this, yeah, this, very nice, very nice. Just about to reach the midpoint of this flight as well, so yeah, making good progress. Does PC get hot when you play Flight Sim? Yes, it does, Ryan. The best. Also, because I have had my window shut for the background noise, it's quite warm in this room, so hopefully with a short flight won't completely melt me. Screenshots, no doubt about that. Look at again the cloud. They've done something to the clouds in Flight Sim, and they actually are a lot better now in Sim 8.9. I don't know what they've done to the clouds, but they just look a lot more natural now, a lot more puffier. They look really good. Hoping to release soon. 7,800 will release in September. USA released in September. Can't remember exact. I think it's September 15th. They said. I need to double check the exact dates. Yes, they did have a few too many trees around the Italian sceneries. You are right. Rome is basically just a forest. It's like the Amazon. Well, that's the world we should have, not the world we've got. I'm afraid. The more trees, the better. It's the world we need, not the world we deserve. Actually, go back to the cabin. It does have seatbelts. It does. Even the seatbelts are detailed. Oh, yeah. It's even got the button for the seat back reclining. See, this is way too much detail for the cabin, and I love it. Even the little linky threads on the seat back pocket. And the seats. Okay, the seats don't quite touch the ground. Actually, no, they do. They do. The framing hits the ground. They got it right. Also, door opens. I'm enjoying this way too much. Hidden Easter egg in there's a hidden Easter egg chewing gum in the salon. Can you find it in the salon? What do you mean on the toilets? Let's go through the yeah, let's go to the flush. We'll find out in just a second, Jace. So I'll go back into the cabin. So this is the front galley. Secret chewing gum. I'm intrigued now. Coffee machine, it's not a texture, it's an actual model coffee machine. There's your water tap, drain valves. You've got a kettle down there as well. I heard that's just the door I clicked on. What have I clicked on? I don't know what I'm clicking on. That does not sound very what have I done? What have I done? It's the seat! It moves! To access the circuit breakers! Alright, that's what I've clicked. That was one of the things. What was the other thing I clicked then? Isn't the reserve seat? Fair enough. Not the end of the world then. I haven't. I thought I pressed a trim or something. That's like, ooh, don't do that. All right, where's this toilet? Does the toilet flush? Almost put on the circuit breakers, that would have been terrible. Right, toilets. Can you go inside? No, sadly, no toilets. There's also a seat from the bottom, okay, so... yeah, doors are arms. Slides are arms, doors, yeah, that's good. Where's this salon with free chewing gum I was promised? I think those are the flaps. You're not wrong there. Where are these, where's this chewing gum I was promised in the salon? What salon does this 320 have? You can't open the overhead lockers, very disappointing. Get a refund now. Same with the lights, can't operate them, rubbish. I mean, this is the level of detail Microsoft Flight Sim is looking for in terms of visual fidelity since day one. Always has been. Ooh, does the eye hole work? Look, can I get myself high enough to nah, just texture is it? Nah, I think there was. Back one. Can't go into back toilets, I'm afraid. This is as far back as you go, I think. Yeah, this is the invisible wall. This is out of bounds, so I've got nothing there. So the rear galley's curtained off, no access, I'm afraid. And this is also out of bounds, so this is the back. Yeah, it's always invisible passengers. Don't ever expect to see them modelled in the sim, basically ever. There's too much to render before cabin of passengers. Edge can get away with it. And some of the passenger models were quite low poly, especially in the Zyber mod, but so that's the Microsoft Flight Sim where detail is key. Probably more to take away from the visual experience than add to it with passenger models. Yeah, no, I agree, Jace. I do agree. Maybe for boarding, for example, with GSX would be good to see, but certainly once you're in the cabin, certainly need I guess more of a focus points. A320 Cyber has to compare. This is better, California. It's a lot more systems-wise. That's realistic. The FMS is a lot more responsive, and I guess it's more closer to real-life aircraft as well. Flyby is great. Don't get me wrong. Flyby is a fantastic aircraft. Really, really well done. But this, I guess, is this is the next level for the A320. Hence, this is payware and the freeware. But let's say, don't get me wrong. Flyby, fantastic aircraft, really, really good. Very realistic as well. But this, especially FMS in this, is very, very beautifully put together. Has its quirks, especially with the technical difficulties at startup, but overall very, very well put together. And it's around 36 minutes, top of descent, it's got another 170 odd miles to go. Do I prefer IAEs? Nope, I do prefer CFM's sensor. The CFM buzzsaw, one of the most beautiful sounds in an aeroplane. Doesn't matter if it's an Airbus CFM 56A or 56B for the Boeing aircraft. The CFM 56 buzzsaw is a sound of beauty. Jump seat works when you close the flight deck door. Does it now? Come on, can I load the bottom bit? No, fair enough. That's... oh, I'm slowly falling in love. Slowly falling in love again. Circuit breaker. I think, yeah, circuit breaker's non-functional. It's not quite that level of detail, but to be fair... Ooh, hang on. Tell a lie. Some circuit breakers are functional. There you go, you can break out the VHF radios. ADs, yeah. Okay. Circuit breakers. I've got gloves on board as well. If you need gloves, announcement in there. I like this. Pretty sure you can open it up in bits. I'm sure there's a click spot somewhere. Just need to find it. There's the top bit. Okay, yeah. There'll be a click spot somewhere. Just can't find it. You're comparing two different platforms there, Ramtin. You're comparing the you're comparing Explain to Microsoft Flight Simulator. You're comparing a product that's released about 5-6 years ago. Well, actually, is that not? No, it's about 3-4 years ago to when that released yesterday. And yeah, one's a 319 and 21, the other one's a 320. There are differences for the pricing. Yes, the failure management system is fantastic as well. We won't go into any failures today, but this aircraft has got a very good failure system on board. So nothing we'll go through today. It is good. No. Do not want to press the reset button. I've been ending my life right there. So yeah, you've got manual failures you can configure through all the systems. Set random failures front as well, so if you want to randomise your problems. Passing cargo gets up in here as well. So somewhere I'm sure there's an option where you can change it from the go back to menu, config, lines of thrust levers, side stick, rudder pedals, flaps. Somewhere there should be an option where you can change between the dual cabin and single cabin setup. Just to know where it is. We'll get there, we'll figure it out. Out of 10, 8 I'll give this at the moment. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. The systems are really good, the model's fantastic, sounds are pretty much there. There's a few small tweaks to harmonisation I'd like to hear in this. A little bit of technical difficulty in regards to getting this thing in the background to didn't work properly. That took a moment or two, but once it's got it working, it's fine. Let's say get it a bit smoother, harmonise the sound a little bit better, and it'll definitely be a 9 or 10 for me. But at the moment, from initial release, with no hot fixes, no updates, no bug fixing, already up to an 8. The PMDG I think we gave it a 7, didn't I? This one I've already raised it higher. Go to the cargo bay. Can you do that? No, we'll do that from drone cam, if we can, of course. There you go. This is the cargo bay. This is stowaway cam here. It's dark, it's gloomy, you don't know where you are, it's pretty cold outside. Presuming the car's got pressurised today. But hey, you're making your way into Germany. Purchase Fenix 320, now wondering how to get the wing view. I mean, the wing view, just follow my custom camera tutorial. Well, it's even easier. You can change the config anymore because the door can just go straight through. Essentially, just use the number key. You use number keys for the custom viewpoints. All default in the simulator. First class. Never been in first class. Maybe one day. Probably not. It'll be the shortest flight first class availability I can. See if I can get any cheap price on that. I've also been an economy passenger. Now, I'm really impressed with this airplane so far. You keep copying and pasting that how do you compare to fly-by-wire question you've out. I've already answered it for you, how do I compare to fly-by-wire. Already answered it. Yes, Ramtin, you can switch between GPU and CPU processing for the displays. That's you basically, yeah, you're right. It takes a bit of workload off the processor or the graphics card, lets you run things a bit more smooth to your own setup configuration requirements. Very handy, very handy. Especially when you stream. My GPU's running a little bit hotter than normal. Throw the settings into CPU and you're good to go basically. As we left the gardening clubs. So top descent is now approximately, what time's now? 17:19. Top descent 31. So we are 12 minutes from top descent. 12 minutes to go. A few seconds. I need to blow my nose. 2 seconds. I don't think you want to see that really. Yeah, much better. Show you from outside, not a problem. The modelling's superb, like I say, the modelling is spot on in the A320. Definitely a CEO this, not a Neo. Using the CFM56A engines on board today. So much smaller, you don't have the grooves, the indentations on the back of the nacelle here. We are getting ready for top descent now. 10 minutes to go, 10 minutes. Don't want you to buy it due to him thinking that it's a scam because it's 50 quid. That's a shame. Hopefully one day, dude, pick it up. I'm afraid not really much I can say. It's your father that's up against it. Yeah, my father's always the same, but eventually I got a job, I guess. I love easyJet. I don't know. When easyJet introduced this new livery, at first I must admit I wasn't so keen on it. I wasn't so sure about the design. It's not my favourite livery, but I do prefer it to the old colours. I prefer it to the old colours. It's not my favourites, but I've seen worse liveries out there. What's for dinner? I had a macaroni latico. It's a Finnish pasta bake involving beef, egg, spring onions, paprika, garlic, and pasta and cheese. Macaroni latico. Oh yeah, PayPal. So the issue with PayPal, and actually it's a known issue that even Orbex had in the past as well. So PayPal, when you're a relatively new business that has a little amount of income, if all of a sudden you hit a limit of I think it's £1,000 or £2,000, then it will lock your account pending further kind of updates and checks. I know, I've fallen that myself. Orbex had it quite badly where I think it was for like 4 years they couldn't access their funding because, well, they got blocked basically. So it's not unheard of. And to be fair, I kind of agree with them. It's kind of sensible. PayPal, I've never really been since PayPal blocked my old accounts, I've never really been comfortable using them, I must admit. Let's do something. So I'm going to skip 433 straight into what's that waypoint there? Sanin. So 433. Clear that. Clear that. So make our approach a little bit shorter, I guess. Top of descent's now going to be a little bit closer to us. Yeah, it just makes the route more, just a little bit cute on the turn there. 320 Zalexi, really enjoying it so far. Really? Scratch this full. Come on. yeah, really enjoying this airplane so far. No major complaints, no major issues. It's very, very fun to fly. I like it. So I think Volanta might be their service now, because I find uploading screenshots of Volanta a whole lot easier now than it used to be a couple of weeks ago. So when you cross this line here, we'll set the altitudes to our intercepts for Berlin. And the aircraft should automatically start its descent as soon as it hits that top descent arrow. So at Berlin, we enter the glide slope at 3,000 feet. Set up auto-decom as well for the approach. So it's runway 25 left on the upper 25 left approach. Inbound from the west. Highest approach. That'll do. Favourite route and favourite airline? Probably just Stansted to Rzeszów and Ryanair, because that's the flight that gets my grandparents home. Nothing fancy. I bet you didn't be flying about Airbus. Oh yeah, no. I've always been a Boeing person, but all of a sudden this Airbus is. I'm still Boeing. If I ain't Boeing, I ain't going. But this is nice. This is nice. Can't deny the truth. And the beautiful screenshots. It's not going to Volanta. Beautiful. Look at that. How's that not a real photo? Oh yeah, good spots. Cheers, Dan. Don't miss top of descent. He says 30 seconds after saying, let's configure for top of descent. Ladies and gentlemen, a quick updates from the flight deck. We've just started ascending to Berlin and should be landing in approximately 25 minutes. In terms of weather, looking a little bit colder at the moment. The rain has started picking up, and I'm expecting a little bit of a downpour on arrival, albeit not quite as windy as London, so it's a little bit of a smoother approach and hopefully landing in on runway 25 side. Once again, thank you for flying with easyJet. We hope you enjoyed the flight so far. If you need to use the toilets, then please do so now, as we'll be preparing the cabin shortly for landing, and you'll need to instruct the cabin crew as we prepare the aircraft for approach. But for now, start up descent and should be landing in approximately 25 minutes. Thank you. Wait for the cabin. Get the cabin ourselves for it, I guess. Is Fenix better than Drawyah? Like I say, there are upsides to the aeroplane. That's definitely worth picking up. Yes, Mark, kind of. So you set the altitude, you need to actually select it then to actually confirm that you're going to hit your descent. So there's two steps to it. Boeing, you automatically descend when you hit top descent, and Airbus need to accept it. go. Message to the cabin crew. It's only quite cloudy, I must say. High altitude cloud at the moment. Nothing really reported on the meter. That is not particularly. Actually, to tell a lie, apparently it's really, well, all the times have been really clear. Clouds visibility okay, 16 degrees, 2.15. So still pretty much on the dew point for rain, but I think the worst of the weather's over now, and clouds actually cleared up slightly. So that's good on our part at least. It's more visual, more visibility for the approach. Aircraft shall continue its descent. So it should be landing well. Time right now is 30 past, landing at 53. So we're looking at 23 minutes landing at the moment. So we are about 5 behind schedule. It's not the end of the world. How about FPS? I'm using a tool for that, FlyLive Studio. I'm getting 28 and 29. I've limited us into 30 FPS, so we are hitting the FPS limit. Total for limit up, we bring a bit more than that. Don't like Microsoft Flight to explain. Again, depends on the aircraft and what I'm really doing, Zalaxi. Never flew the Aerosoft A320 FSX fly with Tom. I used the Wilco A320. That's a throwback. Yeah, I always used the Wilco aircrafts. Never had a proper 320 for FSX. Explains quite well. It's not released yet, Raptors. So I really can't give any thoughts about something that's not released. When it comes out, we'll give it a go. We'll definitely fly the Explain 12 release. Of course, the default 330 I'm very excited for. And visually, it's getting there as well. It won't be quite as beautiful as Microsoft Flight Sim, that's unlikely to ever happen, I'm afraid. But we'll give it a shot. No point in us really ignoring it, because Explain's still a viable platform, always has been. Yeah. I might do copy profile from A320 just to keep it all linked. Yes, also Flight Factor 777 on the way, looking pretty good. 787 especially. Then again, I've got the Magna aircraft, I'm very happy with it. It's more competition. More competition means better quality aircrafting time, so there are benefits. There are big benefits to it all. Passing through 26,000, flight level 260. So far, so good in our approach. So I've not really done a proper landing in this airplane yet, so I'm hoping that this is a pretty smooth touchdown. We'll see. My skills I do doubt sometimes. Is the sign still on? Well, I just left in the auto position. Oh no, I turned it off because turn it on because of the turbulence earlier. Now it makes sense. Okay, if you need to use toilets, do so now because I've realised I've left seats on. Don't talk to ATC. At the moment, Gallery, we are on Unicon. There's no AT at the moment. We did speak to London Luton on the way out, but they've since disappeared. The aircraft on the ground at Berlin, just departed. Eurowings 8057 into Cologne. And you can see what drive Papa on the way to Berlin now. So I land. First thing I'm going to do, go to bed because I've got work in the morning. Another 5 AM wake up. It's 4 AM wake up. I'll check my time for wake up. Yeah, very hostility sleep time. Nothing against Microsoft Flight TC. It's literally an option you can use. This is a package at start. Yeah, you can use it. I just don't tend to use it because it's not the best in the world. Oh yeah, no denying that, Mark. Airbus a lot more automated in the cockpits. A lot less pilots to do, a lot more the aircraft doing it for you. Passing through 20,000 feet. That's level 200. Yeah, so pass upper at 183. We are on track to do that. For 1 hour and 2 minutes so far. Landing not too far away now. I'm hoping as we hit these clouds as well, you should start to see some raindrops fall on the windshield, and that we can show off the fully functional window wipers, of course, we're too high for them to actually work. So we'll get there. Anti-ice is... yeah, we're out for the anti-icing right now. Wing, there we go. Yeah, we're high enough at the moment where any major droplets on the wings will start to form, so that's for the sake of safety. We'll activate them now. Is there ever a weather radar? Good question. The answer is... no, I don't think. Auto. Okay, so there's no predicted wind shear, there's no weather radar yet. That is to come. As for terrain radar, it does activate. Question is, will it work? We'll leave it on for the descent. See if terrain colours do start to come into play or not. So the answer is at the moment there's no predicted wind shear and there's no weather radar. Comes reversal at the 10th of July. There we go. Thank you very much. There we go. Yeah, it's detecting something on the terrain radar, so terrain radar is fully functional. Ah, I hear rain. Okay. Once we hit 10,000 feet, the wipers should be able to function, so hopefully get some rain droplets below 10,000. Rain's picking up a little bit, nothing problematic though yet. Ooh, interesting. Here we go. Sounds beautiful. Looks beautiful. So performance is about the same, if not ever so slightly better than FlightWire. It's not perfect. Some optimization I wouldn't mind seeing, but it's not terrible in the A320. Not terrible. Brightness slightly. Is your laptop fully down at the moment, Tom? Or is it still crawling at the moment? Alright, seatbelts on. Back to your seats, please. I think this is not free to play yet. Henry, it costs £50, which is about $60–70. Is it worth that money? I'd say so. I absolutely would say so. I bought it a couple of hours ago. Your performance is around 70–80%. So my GPU, I'll let Task Manager on the background a little bit because again, throwing the fact I'm also streaming, I'm running a lot more in terms of both CPU and GPU rendering, and there's a lot more going on. Yeah, I'll run it for a few seconds just to see where it kind of stands. You're near me for else, fair enough. I have seen you doing that series now. You're starting new airlines, going through the Fly High and stuff. That's pretty good. Not that I understand much of the technical detail of it, but it's a good series you got there, dude. Alright, so CPU, 94%, yeah, about 90%. My CPU is next to be upgraded. We've got 32 gigs of RAM installed. Currently using 19 of that. And my GPU running about 65–70% for the 3D rendering, video encoding for streaming, and then almost looking at the VRAM as well. Again, the one that I like 3080, 10 gigs of VRAM. The 2080 had 12. Should not have downgraded the VRAM. Apart from that though, it's not a bad graphics card this. Yeah, CPU is definitely the bit I need to get going. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing.
Berlin. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select extract one final time. Please ensure the tray tables and stones are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the back pocket or under the seat.
Okay, not too high for the wipers yet. Now breaking down the clouds now. As we pass 10,000, of course, and lights now needs to come on. Legs stay off. If there's anything I don't need to comment on, it's the team's graphics. It's the one thing I don't need to say anything about because it's just it talks for itself. It really does. The one thing I actually haven't checked yet is the rail navigation. Is it correctly? Yes, 109.5, 244 core segments. Yeah, no, that's perfect. Does it even pull out the VOR frequency? Really? Oh my gosh, it has. I did not expect that. I want this airplane even more now. Right, so in terms of reference speeds, go to the performance page. Activate approach phase, any much more than that. So minimum of 138 full flaps. 138 full flaps. Get the flaps ready for final tune. It's something quite special. We'll have a look. Actually, what is 230 knots? Thank you, Andy. 101, ouch, Tom. Way too high. I'm a Boeing person, Argu. I've always been a Boeing person. Whereas Flight Sim has made me think hard about that. Nah, I've always been a Boeing person. I like more of a I prefer hands-on flying to everything automated, but the 320 is easy to fly. I guess sort of Flywire as well. It's just been the go-to aircraft in the sim for a little while. But hey, we've got a variety now. We've got more to see and do. we're not going to land on time, I'm afraid. We're going to be about 5 minutes behind schedule. Like to go 4 to set arrival. Yeah, going to be a little bit behind, I didn't think. Not the end of the world. Not the worst delay ever. Most of our numbers going. So minimum approach altitude at Berlin is 4,000 feet. That flies south to the cloud store for my F. If you need to miss approach, that's fine. Right, altimeter set 1010 and set 1010. Not yet, Henry. The Fenix is not on the Microsoft Store. I don't know if they will release it there or not. The answer at the moment is no. Cannot be purchased off the Microsoft Store. Right, it's going to reduce down to 200 knots. Low braking. That's one. I'll let the AMD fly onto the localizer for us. Far more accurate than just doing on localizer on its own. Slow this down. Let's see a little more down to 170 knots, please. That's 2 runways and sights. Let's get the replay mode up and running. I don't know if this one will freeze the aircraft or not. Spoilers armed. Let's get FlightControlReplay go, shall we? No, it's pretty smooth actually. Right, no clouds are active. Oops, and approach mode, missed that. Down to 160 knots. I need to catch up with the altitude there slightly. Completely missed that. Down, reduce to 138 knots, and flaps landing. Right, catch up with the the diamonds now. That's my fault there for not paying attention. Announce our intentions to land. Approach mode. Activate. 4,000 feet, misapproach altitude sets. And aircraft on the glide slope, perfect. So on the glide slope, on the localizer, Cat 3 single. Gear down, 3 greens, flaps set, spoilers arms, brakes set. Cabin crew, seats for landing please, seats for landing. Cabin secure. Green land checks complete. Yes, sorry, got to remember the Airbus, both autopilots active for Cat 3 dual. In the Boeing, we need the one autopilot active. We got hand cam, one of our favourite hand flying action. Autopilot deactivates. Time to control.
$500. $100 above. Minimum.
Minimums continue. We'll have the flaps on the replay, don't you worry, Dan.
40, 30, 20, retard.
Throttle. I want to applaud that one. 100 knots. 80 knots. Let's just cut. Not my smoothest landing ever. We'll look at that from the replay, I think, later on. So I'm to approach into Innsbruck this afternoon. I thought it was a pretty good approach, actually. I'm not quite sure why he dropped it at the last second there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Berlin. The local time is 7
Chrono off.
p.m. and it's currently
And
about
lights off. Tax lights set and APU
You can now use
starts.
mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete
More of a jam. That wasn't even jam, that was margarine. Standard easyJet landing. That's the joke, you're right. We are using Aerosoft Berlin today. Using Aerosoft Berlin. This is Payware Berlin. It's a Navy landing. Cleared little lights. I think it's about 30 feet, fair enough. Got a bit late there, desight. We have a look at the replay, don't forget, we have got passenger view for replays, so have a look at that from the cabin. Oh yeah, let's just back to the cabin, shall we? Get down the flare, fair enough. Well, what can I say? I did say I've not perfected landing the Fenix yet. The Flywire can land without any problems, but it's this Flywire doesn't really make you so much flare law in terms of short fun approach. This very much does. This has a lot more, I guess, realistic, realistic physics, because flare law is actually what. So it's, flare law, I don't know how to really describe it. It's kind of like it's a pilot assist for when on short final, in that it basically pushes the aircraft down, encourages the pilot to pull back on the stick, then bring the aircraft in on gentle approach. There is a way supposed to do it. I've never really been able to get there. Ah, Captain Canada, how are you, dude? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Hope you're right there. Welcome. Yeah, just landed the Fenix. Not my best landing ever, but we'll take it. I think. Oops, slows down. When it comes to the graphical fidelity of these sim aircrafts, that's been pretty much superb throughout. Yeah, it was some minor technical difficulties on startup, but not the end of the world there. Got a KLM at stand there, so I'll probably go park next to that KLM. Yeah, it's KLM flights. I'll tell very shortly. In fact, no, because we're an international flight from the UK. We need to stick ourselves over to the non-Shenzhen part of the airport. So, nope, airport out the main frontage. Yeah, that's all Shenzhen gates, I believe. There's no border control at that point. If you came from the UK, we go through border control, so we're going to stick ourselves into the main stand. AP is available, that's fine. So we show to the AP bleeds. Can do that straight away in the 320. Cool, Captain Canada, XP72. Who else is hanging around the chat today? trying to think, last time I flew into Berlin in Flight Sim was a departure in the CRJ. Actually, the parallel takeoff, remember that one? That was quite the flights. This is nice. Right, I'll pick, yeah, which we descend here. So, Bravo 09. easyJet do use jet bridges, so we push up to the 09 rather than 09A. Nichols taxi lights on the behind the ground cruise. Let's gently bring the plane to a halt. Cool. Position, parking brakes set, APB is running, engines off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Berlin Brandenburg. Local time right now is approximately, well, currently at 11 PM. Temperature outside at 16 degrees centigrade, with some rain expected towards the later parts of the night. We thank you for flying easyJet today. We hope you enjoy your flights on board with us, and we hope to see us again in the very near future. Cabin crew, this on doors and cross check please. Thank you very much for flying with us today. So seatbelts off, message for the cabin. Jet bridge is position, that's automatic. Didn't actually do anything for that. So yeah, got has got its own fairly advanced ground setup as well, which to be fair we did have play with at Luton today. So yes, working windshield visors, don't need that in a moment. There's sun out here in Berlin. Flare mode, when passing through 50 feet, THS is frozen, 30 feet system begins to reduce the pitch to -2 degrees over 8 seconds. Begin the pilot, he feels clear the aircraft. There you go Andy, thank you very much for that. Straight out of the Airbus handbook there I guess. Look, the cones are in position, the ground power unit has done that automatically I presume, based on the strobe lighting and the, what do you call it, the seatbelts and engines. That's pretty cool actually. My frame rate's taking such a hit all of a sudden, probably because my system's heating up a bit. Give me 2 seconds just to fight through that. Alright, finish flight on the land, that's fine. Cool, should be a bit smoother now. Right, so menu, end of flight, after the reports. So U22103, 320 from London Luton to Berlin, 1 hour 16 flight time, plan departure 20:34, so we were 5 behind schedule. We only landed 2 minutes behind, so we did pick up a bit of time I guess in the air. 153 passengers, satisfaction 92%, landing rate of 475, yeah, so I've done better. It's getting that flare of, it's getting that feel of flare law you need to get right in this aeroplane. Tolis did it fantastic next plane. Flyby never really had much in the way of a flare law feel. This aircraft very much does, so I'm guessing I'm having to turn my mind away from the flyby, how I used to find that, and now getting used to this aeroplane. So I'll give a few kind of test flights on my own time to get a feel for it. I dropped a flight report in chat, so if you want to look at more detail, feel free to do so via the link I'm about to drop in there shortly. Bug with FlightControlReplay. What's the bug there, Diego? Sorry, what bug have you found? If you've got any issues, let me know and I'll happily send it his way. Jason from IVAO, thank you for the service. That's Luton today. We are no longer on Volanta, so we can now go through our replay, I guess. That's where I do that. I'm going to kill the ground services as well, because I don't know if they're going to attach the aircraft or not. Just minimise that for now. Ground services. Get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. So sometimes the doors just say open replay, sometimes they're not, so let's just clear it up on that before I do any replays. Right, so let's load A320 to Berlin. I'll do the left hand side first, I think. One of those where the something. Bear with me. There's a solution. If we go to the Phoenix, if I set the start up to engines active, panel states ready, activate. So I'll force the engine end to an on position, and that should just make the replay a little bit smoother. There we go, perfect. Short final from the left hand side. The scenery in the sim really is second to none. Absolutely gorgeous, this. And even just the colouring itself is just the wing in place, the engine, a little bit of cabin lights around that, the grass, the trees. It's just, yeah, you are right, Tom. The model is amazing. My landing, however, not so. Reminds me of my flights into Amsterdam with KLM a couple of weeks ago. Oof, we bounced it as well. Yeah. We've got applause for the passengers, they still clapped. That's going to be this here, if it's realistic in the background doing that. Let's ourselves on the short final from the right hand side, behind the wing looking down towards the terminal. There you go, so you are right, the flaps do shake with the approach, so basically there's thrust out of the engines, plus the airflow, they will put a knock-on effect to the flaps there. So depending on the outputs, you'll see the vibration on that. I use FlightControlReplay for replay, Simon. FlightControlReplay. Not the prettiest tool in the world, but does what it says. Flight replays control. No, there is a minor shake on that replay. Don't you worry, that is doing it. No Phoenix giveaway plans just yet. Night to night, nothing at the moment. There you go. Short final over the shopping complex down below. The outlets over the motorway, the Autobahn. Spot the other runway in the distance as well as the former Berlin Schonenfeld airport. Frame rate's not and spin is not too bad, Hamza. Not perfect. Some optimizations would be good to see, but it's actually better than I first flight in the PMDG. I really find it's a little bit smoother than PMDG. Trust me, Canada, it wasn't. Nah, Cap, you are the expert when it comes to landings. I will say your landings are usually pretty smooth, pretty good across the board. This not so. And bang. So we'll have an external view of the replay as well for the landing. These weren't pretty. Right, let's go for the all-important landing gear view for this. You want to judge a landing? Get it from landing gear. I even knocked out the backup power there. I don't know why I did that. Kept one active when I landed initially. That, I'm guessing, is something with the replay there. Emergency power, fair enough. Get that PT back in its place, I think. EasyJet do use jetways, Effie, yes. I know, because I've been on EasyJet recently, and we use the jet bridge. Well, the shock absorbers work. That's always good to see. We didn't 3-point it, so it wasn't the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Let's stick it away from follow mode, and let's look ourselves from the side. Oh yeah, 50 quid, this is a bargain. You are right there, Jace. This is without a doubt, perfectly priced, perfectly priced. Obviously the engines don't quite, well, the heat burn at least seems talk about that for a landing, eh? Yeah, I'll spend a bit of time with Flailer, I think. Just do a few practice landings again, just getting a feel for it if we try and do a flight guess tomorrow in the 320. So yeah, there we have it. That's the Fenix 320. If you had to choose this or 737, it's difficult, Marco, because again, I like my Boeings. I'm a Boeing person. The 73 and 747 are my all-time favourite aircrafts. But this at 50 quids is without a doubt an absolute bargain. I can't fault it for that price level. I really can't. Again, the modelling's good, the sounds are pretty good, the dynamics are fantastic, the EFB and the configuration's great. There's not much I can really say negative about it. It's just a really good airplane, this. Yes, so again, totally agree here, Cap. The landing sounds very, very good from the side of my view there. I want to use that sim. Long story. I think it's 12.3. Long story. So, I know I've always denied faults, but sadly, never came to fruition. Right, so that's it for the live stream today. So I've got work at 4 in the morning tomorrow, so I'm going straight to bed now. That was Fenix 320, new release, very, very good. Really enjoying this aircraft so far. A bit more practice, but we'll definitely get there. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, do leave a like, do subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again. Yeah, the rat's out. Not quite sure why it came out. I think that's just more of an animation. Well, again, started to replay, the engine switched off, then moved the aircraft to the air through the replay, and I think that's just down to the fact that the aircraft's automatically detected that we're airborne with no power, and therefore the aircraft's gone through emergency power mode. So, thank you for watching, guys. Yeah, you take care, Cap. Thank you very much for popping in. I'll try and tune into your stream later on as well once it gets that all set up. Cool, that's that now. So, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Have a good weekend too. You're off for the for that. Bye bye. And good night.